Dear students, welcome to the first video lecture on the topic construction of X bar and R chart. The said topic will be completed in the two parts. That is, this is the first part, and in the subsequent and in the first part, that is this lecture, we will complete the procedure of the construction of the X bar and R chart for the given data set. The outcome of this lecture is that students will be able to construct the X bar and R chart for the given data set. After completion of this lecture, you will be able to draw the X bar and R chart for the given data set. Okay, consider a data set in which you are given that n samples. A quality control inspector takes the n samples, and in each sample they are taking the 5. Each sample they are taking the 5 products, and they are checking it for a quality parameter. Say it is the diameter of a shaft or whatsoever it may be. Okay. So basically the X bar and R chart, it is a tool of the TQM used to portray the process, whether it is in control or out of control. So now we have a quality control inspector has taken the n samples, and in each samples they have constantly taken the 5 data. Likewise, here for the sample number 1, it is x11, x12, x13, x14 and x15. Similarly, for nth sample, they have data like xn1, xn2, xn3, xn4 and xn5. Okay. So, I am telling you the stepwise procedure to construct the X bar and R chart. Step 1. In the step 1, first we calculate X bar and R. How the X bar, this X1 bar is the average of this data. That is x11 plus x12 plus x13 plus x14 and x15. What we will edit and divide by 5. Why 5? Because here we have 5 data. In this way we will calculate the x1 bar. And R1, how the R1 will be calculated? We will take the maximum minus maximum of this data. Say this is the maximum data. If this is the maximum data and this is the minimum of the data, then what we will do? We will subtract the maximum of the data minus minimum of the data. Okay. In this way, we will calculate x1, x bar and r for all the given n samples. Okay. So, in this way, the first step has been completed. Now, the step 2. In step 2, we calculate the X double bar and R bar using this formula. Okay, this formula is the X double bar equals to Xi summation I equals to 1 to n. What we will do? We will add x1 bar plus x2 bar plus x3 to xn bar divided by total number of samples. Similarly, we will also calculate the R bar using this formula. Like what we will do, we will edit and divide by n. That is the number of samples. Step 3. This is the very crucial step. In this step, we will calculate the upper control limit. UCL conveys the upper control limit, and LCL conveys the lower control limit, and CL refers to the control limit for X bar. And similarly, we will calculate the upper control limit, lower control limit, and control limit for R. How we will calculate? UCL for X bar will be computed using this formula, that is X double bar plus A2 R bar, and lower control limit for X bar as X double bar minus A2 R bar, and control limit for X bar is the X double bar itself. Similarly, the upper control limit for R will be computed using the formula D4 R bar, and lower control limit for R will be computed using D3 R bar, and control limit for R will be computed using R bar. Okay, now you might be wondering that how U2, A2 and D4, where from we will get the data for the A4, D3 and D4. Okay, like how you are getting like the steam table, you might have used your steam table. How you are getting some data from the steam table on the basis of pressure or temperature. Here also you will be given a table. This is the statistical table, and on the basis of sample number, the A2, D3, D4 will be arranged, and according to the subgroup number, that is 2 for 3 for 4 for 5 for 6, in a table you will have the data will be arranged according to the subgroup number. Here the subgroup size is the 5, so we will take the data against 5. We will take the data of A2, D3 and D4 against the subgroup number 5, and after taking this data, what we will put it in the equations which I had already told you earlier. Okay, after computing the UCL, LCL and control line for X bar as well as for R, first we will draw the X bar chart. How we will do the X bar chart? How we will draw the X bar chart? Actually, X bar chart is nothing but a graph between the subgroup number and the value of X bar. On x-axis, what we will put? The subgroup number, sample number, the sample number, and on y-axis we will have the value of the X bar. First we will draw the UCL of X bar, and then we will draw the lower control limit and we will draw a line for the control limit. Okay, and after that, for sample number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and n, we will mark the x1 bar. This is nothing but the x1 bar. This is nothing but the x2 bar, x3 bar, and x4 bar, x5 bar, and similarly xn bar. And we will join these points, and we will be able to complete in this way we will be able to complete the X bar chart. Okay. After drawing of the X bar chart, what the process we had already followed for drawing the X bar chart, the same procedure will be repeated to draw the R chart. For R chart also, in the x-axis we will take the sample number we will put on the x-axis, and on y-axis we will put the value of R. And first we will draw the UCL for R and LCL for R and control line for the R. And for sample number 1, 2, 3 and 25, we will draw that is suppose this is R1, this is R2, this is R3, and this is, here it is Rn. And finally we will join these points. In this way we will be able to complete the R chart. One more thing I would like to bring to you, that the single X bar chart or R chart do not portray anything. Both the chart we have to draw simultaneously. Then only we can come out with a meaningful conclusions. Okay, this is the end of my lecture. Thank you, and you might have understood the procedure to draw the X bar and R chart. Thank you.